When do y'all think that Kanye West and McDonald's are gonna release the McDonda? Can that be the beginning of the podcast?
I was just gonna say, I'm so glad I'm recording.
Alrighty, everyone. Welcome back to Waves on the Shore. After a long hiatus, we're back with episode 14 of Waves on the Shore. We're finally talking about the Zach Bryan album. We came back just for this album. We're gonna keep it running. You know, I'm pretty excited. What about you guys?
Wow.
Yeah. Well, sorry to break it to you, Jaded, but we've kind of been. I don't know if it's not episode 14.
We've been podcasting.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
what is this, episode 24?
Yeah.
Dear God, make it all right.
You've been
That's
in a coma for the past 6 months, man.
Yeah.
What?
You just woke up.
We're going to be okay.
You did it without what?
Can we keep talking about how Kanye has futurized? What's the word?
Hold on.
Revolutionized.
Y'all didn't catch a single thing, and I'm very proud of myself. So far in this episode, I have only spoken in Kanye lyrics from the song 24 because it's episode 24. Give me props. I'm so good. I'm so creative. I've only been speaking in lyrics from that song so far.
We're starting a petition for the McDonda, everyone.
Yes,
so,
as we were discussing, what a brilliantly directioned and straightforward intro to this episode. But let's do some catch up here, okay? So welcome everyone to episode 24 of Waves on the Shore. That rhymes beautifully. With the OG3 here, we got myself and Jaron, as per normal, and Jaded, this time with a goatee. He has come back to join us for this episode because obviously your boy Zach Bryan dropped the album, and we are going to spend the majority of this episode talking about that Zach Bryan album. And to fill everyone in on why Kanye West is fresh on everyone's mind, before the podcast began, as you most likely heard in the intro, we were laughing at Kanye West for thinking he can revolutionize McDonald's packaging, because he can't. It's a paper bag. And I'm sorry, but it just looks like a soggy paper bag.
I think my impression of it was that... Let me go to Kanye's.
What is there to revolutionize about
Well, I don't think it's
food?
It looks kind of like a bag, but I think it's supposed to be like a burger box. And it's literally just like a perfect cube that looks like it looks like a 360p like low res.
I frankly don't care.
Like burger.
Like the only revolutionizing that has been done to the fast food packaging industry is getting rid of plastic straws, which was the stupidest decision that could have been made. And I stand by that.
Hate turtles. Bring back the plastic straws. Let them choke on them. That was a joke.
I feel like this is a Canadian thing. We saw
in Canada. No, it's not a thing. Like when I go to Tim's and I get my drink, I get a paper straw. It goes soggy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It tastes like paper. It's
about
brutal.
This.
People are always like, "Oh, we're saving the environment." No, you're not, Sally, because I stand in a Marshall's warehouse unpackaging rugs that are wrapped in 3 separate layers of plastic. My straw at Tim Hortons isn't the problem. It's the fact that this freaking lawn chair is literally like packaged in plastic, then packaged in plastic, then packaged in plastic, then cushioned by plastic, then put in a box that is wrapped by plastic. Give me my paper straw. Okay.
I'm just incredibly principally in favor of the death of turtles. So
yeah,
I'm very against.
So have no fear. Even though your Canada's using paper straws, Evan is still killing the turtles with the plastic.
Just know that none of it's working.
Hey, I'm gonna just not to stay on this and not to continue to be off topic, but I'm pretty pessimistic in the sense that everybody's like, oh, we gotta save the planet. Like, there's no saving this planet. I'm sorry. That's not happening. And I'm not saying we should keep I'm not saying we should accelerate.
Jaren's just like, get the oil in the ocean already.
Just start dumping
in
it.
the air.
That's
Get
not what
it
I'm
out
saying.
there.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that, yeah, we can try to do better, but
listen,
we can't. We physically, the world cannot operate without I think what was Saudi Arabia recently tried to switch make all of its farmers go organic, and it literally caused the entire economy to shut down and not work anymore. I think that's what my dad told me. If somebody could go off on me and tell me that I'm wrong and I have no idea what I'm talking about, and I just won't care. So, but
all right, listen, dear Elon Musk, you need to
please, elongated muskrat, sir, please listen to our cry for help.
Take a break from getting into sex scandals, and just start dumping oil in the ocean. Just speed it up for all of us.
Yeah, use that Twitter money and just buy up all the oil.
Exactly.
I promise, listeners, this is a country music podcast. There will be a.
I thought this was a Kanye podcast.
There will be a point in time where we actually start discussing music, but there are more pressing issues like Kanye West being Kanye West, plastic
West
straws
and
ruining my creamy chocolate chill. Okay, I'm sorry. It doesn't hit the same when I'm drinking it.
Your creamy what?
Creamy chocolate chill, bro. It is. I don't.
Okay.
Oh, Google it. It's so good, especially when you get it made with chocolate milk. Oh. But anyways,
Evan, I'm gonna make you make me a creamy chocolate chill.
I can't. I don't work at that. That just sounds so bad. That sounds so bad. Look, all right, we're gonna start fresh. Welcome everyone to episode 24 of your favorite podcast, Waves on the Shore, with myself, Jaron, and Jaded, joining us exclusively for this episode, where we will be discussing the brand new Zach Bryan album, American Heartbreak. 34 songs, 2 hours and 12 minutes, if my memory is serving me correct.
Yes.
We still have your favorite segments, What Are We Listening To, and Who the Frick, which will be interesting because me and Jada will be going up against each other. And I was doing so good, and then I blanked. Oh yeah, really the only album.
He's on the right track. Jaron was like, "You guys can work together." I was like, "No."
I was just kind of I didn't know what you guys wanted to do, but it makes sense that you guys were. It's a competition.
It's a competition.
I got you.
But
Whatever.
This episode is going to be mostly focused on the Zach Bryan album because it's definitely the most significant release of the year so far. It has numerically done the most of any country album so far this year. I've heard numbers of 68,000 units estimated first week, which is not freaking bad for someone like Zach Bryan to see the progression of that. So this episode we only got 3 things lined up. It's Zach Bryan, What Are We Listening To, Who the Frick. It's going to be a fantastic episode. We are delighted to have Jada back for this little one-off, because when Zach Bryan was releasing an album, it was Jada was always coming back from this episode. So
yeah, we had this plan since January.
Yeah, honestly, since that
is true, actually.
Even before Zach Bryan announced the album, we were when Zach Bryan announces, Jaded's coming back on for that episode, and that time has come. So unless any of you guys have anything else to say, I think we're good to hop in.
Let's do it.
All right.
Go.
Set it up, baby.
So, Jaded, you are the Zach Bryan expert here. So why don't you get us going?
I have a sort of structured critique that I just want to throw out there.
Love that.
And then we can kind of hit to general discussion afterwards. But I actually have this written down. So I want to be very clear when I levy this criticism. If anyone else other than someone like Zach did this, I would not be quick at all to mention this. It's the fact that I know that he's a great songwriter, and I know that he has amazing potential that gives me the desire to do so. And it may just because I'm a songwriting nerd and I write songs and it bothers literally no one else, but I'm gonna make it anyway. I don't think he overdid it on the songwriting flares, alliteration, compound / inner rhyming, not writing. However, I do think he did them in a way that seems a little forced for a myriad of reasons at points. and I can give examples for each as well as times he did it well. And there doesn't seem to be any instances of forced sounding assonance, really. But there's not that many instances of assonance either. So as for alliteration, I don't like in From Right Now the Best, this hate and heart healed by the hopeful. It seems very forced because it isn't that tightly woven into the subject of the song, and because it's like right at the beginning of a verse, there's nothing leading to it or really even following from it. It just kind of seems like something you want to put in there because of the abundance of H sounds.
He liked how it sounded. Yeah.
But I think a really good example of alliteration from this album is "There's a kind loving lady belly laughing inside" from the outskirts. So for one, it ties perfectly into the painting of the picture of like a happy life on the outskirts of town. And two, it comes in the middle of the first verse. And also one of the words, like belly, has like the L sound like within the word as opposed to like at the start of the word, which is just like a nice little thing that throws in. It helps it like blend into the song a little better. And then as for like a little more of a minor thing, like this hate and heart healed by the hopeful thing makes me not want to listen to that song. It genuinely bothers me quite a bit.
Wait, what song is it from?
It's from Right Now the Best.
Oh, okay.
That is an incredibly like you got that specific criticism.
Yeah.
On like the. There's nothing wrong with it, but I was like, dang, he's got like my English teacher would be proud right now. I should just. I mean, I am recording that, but I should just turn that in. I know what alliteration means. No, I'm not.
What's her name?
I'm not saying that. But
what's the name, dog? Give me the name. I'm trying to talk to her.
But,
give me the digits.
Yeah, so I think like overall, if we had to start broad and then narrow in, like to the three of us, like open to everyone. I don't think, unless there's an absolute shocker, that anyone's gonna hop on here and say like, man, this album sucked. But like, how are we feeling about, like, on the whole, if you have to describe your feeling towards this album in like a sentence or two, what are you saying?
Before, could I hit the examples of like the compound rhyming that felt a little clunky?
Go for it.
So, do you guys know what compound rhyming is?
No. Wait. Is that like when it comes like?
Just explain for us and the viewers. Just go ahead.
So, compound rhyming is when, like, generally, like the rhyme comes at the end of a sentence, but like if there's other rhymes that are placed in like certain syllable points that also rhyme between sentences, that's compound rhyming. So like a lot of times it's like the last two words will rhyme instead of like the last one word will rhyme, but also there's like other rhymes that can happen like on the inside.
Sure.
This is more common in rap, but I am very in favor of it for non-rap music. So him trying to rhyme rhyming with time friend sounds super clunky from Highway Boys.
Highway Boys, yeah.
Yeah. I don't like that. I think there was another time he tried to do like a weird rhyme in there. That seems super forced.
I can't be no, sorry. I can't be the only one that like when you say like talking about like the rhyming and you're like, I didn't like how he put that rhyme in there.
Oh, rhyming there.
I caught that. That felt very forced, Jaded. I did not like that compound.
Yeah, Jaded. I'm boycotting this.
It makes me not. It makes me not want to listen to this podcast. All right, I'm done cutting off. I could not. I know that was unintentional, but I was like, that was so funny to me. Sorry. Gosh, I'm sitting very low.
So on pushing forward on Damn Cold Vampires, him rhyming something of yourself and East and 12th, that sounds supernatural. Like that isn't even like something you would necessarily catch the first time. but it doesn't feel clunky at all, and it blends into the song really well. And I think that's like the general point, that there's a lot of small instances in the album like this, but in reality you can clearly tell that Zach is a student of this craft, which is why I feel comfortable levying this criticism. I love what he's doing in regards to trying to work with all these little flares, but you have to work them in so they feel natural. They just feel like any other line.
Yeah.
Okay. I just think it sounds better that way. But that is my main structured criticism.
So just like the specific, some of the like writing techniques.
Yeah.
It's an interesting point because like, I mean, it's pretty I think it's a pretty widely accepted fact if someone were to say that Zach has definitely separated himself as one of the more the word unique comes to mind, but that's not what one of the more less orthodox writing styles. He's always looking to push it a little more poetic. There always seems to be a little more going on simply with the literature. The writing has always been the draw. The attitude has always been like, if I'm making any sense. But it's interesting to hear like criticism of that, because I wouldn't pull it apart that much. Like I wouldn't I don't know about you, Jaron, but like when I'm listening to that goes way over my head. I'm just listening, and like there's times where like times where it works, times where I do hear things and I'm like, okay, this feels like you're trying to be a little too like, okay, Mr. Shakespeare, like that didn't even make any sense. But to hear actually like why I feel that way, to hear the like actual compound rhyme scheme, it's kind of neat.
Yes, it's I think everyone has like an ability to appreciate that, even if it's like in their subconscious. Like I like this craft. I'm a student of this craft. I like thinking about it. But I think everyone can appreciate this stuff, even if it's just like, I like this song and I don't really know why, but I like the way it sounds when like he sings, which is how they would often put it.
Yeah.
So I think you don't want to make it that noticeable. Like you just kind of want it to have just be a natural part of the song.
Yeah.
Sure.
So breaking on to surface level, coming out of the depths of the Marianas Trench of criticism, if we float back to the surface, if we increase the salt level, you got 2 sentences to describe how you feel about this album. What are you saying? What are y'all saying?
Can I go first?
You absolutely can.
It is too long, please God, why? Those are my 2 sentences.
I don't disagree.
2 hours and 14 minutes? 12 minutes? Something like that?
I think, if I'm remembering. Let me pull it up.
Look, it's not bad. This is not bad. I'm sorry, this was more
2 hours and 2 minutes. Oh, we really overshot.
2 minutes. Either way. Still, it's more than 2 hours. That's just a lot.
Bro,
that's a lot to... I still feel like my biggest complaint, I think... Well, yeah, I would say it's my biggest... I feel like I probably won't have fully digested this album for like a couple weeks from now, and that's a little frustrating because I don't want to have to listen to an album for like, unless I like want to, but I feel like it's almost like a chore because I feel like I have to like listen to all of them.
Interesting. I know, especially for like in my stance, thinking of how I'm going to review this thing, I've sat down and tried to like organize some thoughts, but it is a daunting task. And even just like getting comfortable and getting as well acquainted with the music, getting to know it, it's difficult when it's like 3, arguably 4 times the length of a standard album. So like where one album I could listen to 3 times, I've only got through American Heartbreak once. And like I was walking my dog, right? Because that's like the best time to listen to new music for me. I love walking my dog and just throwing on a new album. And I did I knew I'm like, okay, this is a long album, right? So I'm gonna do quite the big loop, like a longer walk than normal. And I'm coming up on I'm almost done, and I'm like, wow, I'm on song number 17. I'm halfway.
You are
through the
halfway.
album.
Oh
I have reached
gosh.
the halfway point, but it's a difficult I struggle to. I don't struggle to say it's too long. In my opinion, the album is too long. I don't think and that's no dig to the music. I think that's one thing I've been seeing more and more comments on my Zach Bryan video, which is still one of my favorite videos I've ever made. I've been seeing more since the Zach Bryan album came out. Naturally, there's a bunch of people going to that video because a Zach Bryan video pops up, and they've been commenting things like, "Oh, but the music, now that the album's out, it's what a stupid point of view you have. The music is great. It is. It's still 2 hours long."
Yeah.
I think it's better as a viewed as a collection of music rather than an album.
Exactly, and that's kind of what I described it as, a buffet kind of thing, where it's if you're feeling a certain way, there is something for every possible mood on this album, and that's a cool thing, right? You can get your Deanne-esque, let me feel like I'm in a cardboard box in a thunderstorm, right? You can get that depressing music on this album. You can get hopeful music on this album. You can get fun music on this album. If you hate Nashville, you can get hating Nashville music on this album. There is something for everyone. But as far as an experience of listening straight through, it's difficult because it has everything. It's imagine if I were to make a movie reference, right? Here we go. But imagine if there was a movie where every possible conflict, every possible way the plot could go is featured in the movie. Every route you could possibly take this character is explored in one movie. It's okay, these are all great routes. Do they make for a good movie? And that's where I'm at with this album is there's no, of all 34 songs, I can honestly say there's no song I listened to and was I didn't like that one. There's ones I like more than others, but there are no songs that I finished and was that was a miss. That was a bad song. They're all that good, but it's that's where when I'm trying to think critically, when I'm trying to, at least in my shoes, when I'm trying to think, how the heck do I approach a review on this thing? I don't know, but I just know the music's really good. I know I really enjoy it, and I know even in the last 5 days since it's come out, I've already gone back to certain songs when I'm feeling a certain way, or if I want a certain kind of music on, I already I can already pick and choose from this album what I'm looking for, and I think that is a cool thing. But I'm not gonna put on American Heartbreak front to back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more to build on your forget the name of the word that I'm looking for.
Perspective, point of view, statement. I don't know. To build on what you said.
Your imagery, whatever. It's
imagery.
It's
metaphor.
More of a yes, that is.
Is that what you're looking for? Metaphor?
That's the word.
Okay.
The movie one?
To build on your metaphor.
I have ADHD. All right, listen. You're bullying me. This is ableist.
Continue.
It's more like a good RPG game rather than a movie. It's great. It's great front to back, but you're never gonna get through it all front to back. I mean, I did the first. I did the first time it came out, but
The Witcher.
Oh yeah.
The Witcher.
Yeah.
It was
that comparison probably is going over Evan's head, but
completely, absolutely.
Yeah,
The Witcher is this really big game with tons of side quests and other things
and it's all really good.
Yeah,
you're just never gonna do it all.
You're just never gonna be able to do it all. Yeah.
Even my first listen through American Heartbreak, it's I always want my first listen of an album to be like, I don't want it to be interrupted at all. Like, when an album comes out that I truly care for, I don't want to have to pause it. And like the most recent example that comes to mind, if I venture outside of country for a minute, like for example the Kendrick Lamar album, when that dropped, I did not listen to that till like 11 p.m. Friday because I had a busy day, and it's like, I'm not gonna listen to this in bits and pieces. Like, anytime an album comes out, the Ernest one was short, so I was able to go straight through it like before school started, for example. But with like lengthier album or an album of standard length, I want to ensure that my first listening experience is uninterrupted. That was completely impossible with American Heartbreak. First of all, because it's like, I can't wait, but also like, it's hard when there's so much to get through.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of just went at it in like chunks over the course of like the first 2 days of just trying to get through it all. And then of course, like, I listened through it the second time and I've completely forgotten like 90% of the songs, but now you get more comfortable with it over time. But my first listening experience wasn't as special as I wanted it to, because the moment felt so special. Like, when this album dropped, it really felt like the world kind of stopped for a minute. At least my world. It was like, oh my gosh, American Heartbreak is out. Like, forget like the fact that I'm gonna have to review it and talk about it on pop blah 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 blah. Like, it was one of the first times in a while I was like, whoa, the album's out. This is weird. I don't know.
I have an interesting, I don't want to say it. I have a perspective on this album that maybe contrasts a little bit with what you were saying about it. And I'm gonna compare it to the other big significant album that we got from Morgan Wallen last January. Because they're about the same size, because one's technically 32, maybe 33 if you count
32.
Like is it? But I thought, whatever, it doesn't matter. About the same length.
There's 32 unique songs.
Yeah. And for me, and this album has still only been out for 5 days, so this is a very like still kind of fresh kind of thing. But like, I feel like Dangerous was, and we already talked about it, because maybe it's like a buffet kind of thing, and maybe I just don't like that. Maybe it's just not my, like, it's still good, like, I liked this thing, but Morgan Wallen on Dangerous, I felt like the first half was like a different experience than the second half was. I felt like all the songs kind of had their own identity, whereas with some of Zach's songs, some of them kind of sound the same. Not literally exactly the same, but I get. I don't know.
I completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that, because like naturally with the length of it, I did the same thing. I like the comparisons to Dangerous are gonna be there, like two massively important albums from some of the biggest stars that are both of similar absurd length. But I think what made the Dangerous one, like you said, because I was like, why did Dangerous not feel as daunting to get through? And I think it's as simple as like it was broken down more.
Yeah, I think Dangerous was formatted in such a way that it was easier to digest.
Exactly, because it's like I'll go.
And I also think that Zach didn't really care.
Yeah. He's just putting out a collection of fantastic songs. Yeah. And do I think the music on American Heartbreak is better than the music on Dangerous? In a lot of cases, yes.
Yeah.
But like with Morgan's, you can go. It's like, okay, I'm gonna listen to side A. Okay, I'm gonna listen to side B, and there's 2 bonus tracks, and the general themes and the sounds, I feel like they were a little more well organized. Whereas on Zach's, it is kind of like a, here's literally everything.
Yeah, and that's where that's just with how I am. I'm not. it's a negative for me, but I can't expect that to be the same. Like, it's probably not.
I'm with you, Jaron. Jay, did you have something to say as well?
Yeah, on his Spotify interview thing, he said originally this album was much shorter, and it was just like a collection of very sad songs.
Yeah.
So, and then like, he added more songs to make it more upbeat and stuff. So I think it was more, he just wanted to have like a big variety of songs that he just put out.
And it makes
I remember him. He said it was going to be like the saddest album of all time. He said he had like 12 songs, and it was like super depressing. And so
and that would have been
so drop it, man. That's what we.
Yeah, that's what I want. That's inject that into my veins. That's what I want.
Yeah, that would have been more
the quintessential sad
album.
It was probably gonna have like Betty, not Betty. What's the Billy Stay? That's the song. It probably would have had Billy Stay, freaking that song, bro. And then She's All Right, man. That song gets me.
Bro, early bid for my favorite.
Yeah, my favorite. That's wait, Jaded, were you still saying?
We'll get to that in a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna say that I like this better because there's more songs, but I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, more content. I understand that.
I also think it's as simple as like, with where Zach's at in his career, like he has never been bigger. He has never been more relevant. Like, he's always been like a dark horse thriving and building this monster of a fan base underground, but he's like he's at a point in his career where he's really breaking over, and it's like people at school and stuff, for example, that like friends of friends and stuff, it's like I'll see them like they'll out of nowhere they're posting about like the Zach Bryan album, and I'm like, holy crap, like I didn't even know you listened to country music, but you're obsessed with this Zach Bryan album. So it's like, from his perspective, I see where like the opportunity with this album is enormous. There, like, his audience has never been bigger, his reach has never been larger. So why not try and appeal to as many people as possible? Try and bring in as many people as I possibly can, and then we'll go from there. Like,
but this is always like kind of what he's done, though. I mean, look at Deanne. That's a pretty long album, and Elizabeth is a very long album.
I wouldn't say Deanne's a very long album.
It's a relatively long album.
12 songs?
I thought that was standard.
It's 12 songs.
Yeah,
that's pretty standard.
Elizabeth is like
Elizabeth is 18. Elizabeth gets lengthy.
I was under the impression that Deanne
also
had
hot
like
take.
songs.
I'm not actually a huge fan of Elizabeth.
Ooh, hot take.
I am.
I don't think it's bad, but like I don't want to say it's bad at all. I'm just kind of like meh on it, but that's beside the point. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think like
in my opinion, it kind of seems what he's trying to do is that like his albums are just going to be more of a collection of songs, but his EPs might be a little more directed, a little more focused.
I get that. I get what he's going for, and it's one of those things where like, from a business perspective, if you're looking at it from that point of view, what he's doing, he's playing his cards so well, and it's working for him very well. But I guess for me, I would rather I'd rather him bundle up the sad songs from this album, organize them in a way that makes sense, maybe do that, bang, you've got your sad album. Take your hopeful songs.
Three different,
Take your hopeful songs. You're feel good. You're getting a bit right. Throw that in an album. You've got another focused, direct album. Then take your happy, your party songs. Throw that on an album, and now you've got three focused albums, three very high quality albums, and they're easier to approach. And it's also as simple as if I'm feeling sad, right? Let me throw on the sad album. If I'm feeling in a great mood, let me throw on the happy album. If I shuffle American Heartbreak, how are you going to tell me I'm going to go from Cold Damn Vampires to If She Wants a Cowboy?
Yeah, She Wants a Cowboy.
It don't work like that. Even playing it straight through.
Whoa! Those songs would be very good together. What do you mean?
Actually, oh my gosh, I was thinking more like
that was the worst example you could have given.
I was thinking more like the vibe though. If I want sad music, I didn't even. I just thought of the most depressing, and then the funniest, goofiest, most out there, but they are
It's
like directly related lyrics.
Bro, can we talk about if she wants a cowboy though?
Yes.
I want to talk about that. The first time I listened to it, and I heard the auto tune, I was like, "What?"
I laughed in my car.
Yeah, I knew he was joking. I heard from other people that on like the Zach Bryan Reddit that people were like losing their crap, like they were upset. They were like, "Why is Zach using auto tune?" It's a joke.
It's a joke. The whole
it's
song.
Satirical. It's like the perfect satire song. It's hilarious.
That's exactly.
It's fundamentally different of like how he writes his other music. It's like completely different.
He literally the whole song he's making fun of people in Nashville that make music.
I have like
point.
Almost word for word what you just said there in my like jot notes for my review, saying it has gotta be like that's gotta be one of the smartest pieces of satire, one of the funniest, and one of the most like inoffensively offensive ways of going about it. Like it's not a song that I listen to that and I'm like, God, like, man, like, oh, look at you hating on Nashville, hating on the machine, blah blah blah. No, it's a hilarious song that I love listening to, but it's equally as like as shady and as belittling and dissenting as like any other song like that. It really puts Nashville down in the funniest way.
It's a more creative way to put it.
Exactly. It's the perfect satire.
It is a
song.
genuinely brilliant song. Like he switched up like fundamentally the way that he wrote so effectively.
Oh yeah.
Like, if you look at this, like even like the verses, the lyrics,
I love
it's completely different. It's amazing.
I also love how like you kind of get warned about the auto-tune coming, because I'm pretty sure right at the end of the second chorus there's a little bit of auto-tune on his voice. Like if you listen closely, it goes a little tinny when he's like, what's that?
Well, then he also said if she wants Nashville, I'll Nashville the best.
That's the line. Yeah, that's the line where like there's a little bit of auto-tune. And
yeah, that's it.
But then when the final chorus comes in, it's like
that's it. Yeah,
it's so funny. I just love that song.
We're here at the intro of him talking. He says, "Man, I got a song for y'all. Interesting, actual writing, something y'all ain't never heard of."
It's so good, man.
Well, she wants a cowboy, so I just might find me some boots that fit me right. Choose some tobacco, ride me a Bronco on a southern Saturday night.
That's gotta like
it's
when
so
I heard
good.
that, I was like, that has to be in reference to Single Saturday Night, maybe. But I was like, that sounds way too similar.
In a lot of just in songs, they talk about Saturday nights all the time.
Yeah,
so
I know, but it's just like phonetically with like the S's, it's just I heard that I was like, that's got to be a dig at Single Saturday Night. But man, what a good song! Putting on a hat he's never worn before.
It's hilarious.
It's just like
it's one of my favorites.
Easily.
All right, let's
just
talk
that's
about
a good
our
transition.
now. Yeah.
I was just gonna say that's a great transition. If you have it,
you want to give like your top 3 and your bottom 3? Because I have picks for this.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay,
I can do top 3. I don't know if I can do bottom 3, but
I'll have to do a little bit of thinking about that.
Oh, I can.
Here, I can. Should I? Can I start? Does anybody? else want?
Yeah.
All right.
Hit it.
Billy Stay is probably my number 1.
Okay.
I love that song. I really, really like it. See, as I've listened to it, I listened to it more earlier today when I was prepping for this. And I can't... Okay, I think... See, Late July, the opener, has really been growing on me. I love Happy Instead. Okay. I gotta decide on a number 2. I'll say Happy Instead is probably number 2. I really like that song. And the number 3 is either Late July, 68 Fastback, or Corinthians.
Word.
So
Corinthians, good choice.
Yeah. Those are my top 3.
All right, we'll do.
I don't really.
Yeah, we'll do all of our tops,
Yeah.
and then maybe if you guys have an idea.
I think. Oh, it is tough. Look, right now, my favorite song, and it's subject to change because it is fresh and there's so many. But right now, definitely my favorite is "She's Alright."
And that's up there for me too. Yeah.
The guitar intro is so cool. The rhythm changes are so that song really pulls out all the stops, and I find it really engaging because it doesn't feel messy, despite the fact that the guitar intro is completely separate from the first verse and the choruses sound like they're so separated from the verses, yet it all feels so right. It all feels like it just works out for the greater good of the song. So I say my favorite is "She's Alright." Number 2, "Happy Instead."
Okay, we both have "Happy Instead" at number 2.
At number 2, it's definitely one of the catchier ones for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the way the chorus moves on, how it's "she's happy instead," but now it's what if I said I'm happy instead? I think it's a really cool little twist, and I love that song. Number 3, this is where there's a few that come to mind. Ooh, I feel like it's one of the more less new songs, but I do really like "Something in the Orange." That song has definitely I'd known about it, but only when it finally got released officially did I really start and even after the whole album's come out, it seems to be one that I've been consistently going back to. So yeah, I'd say at the moment, with how I'm feeling right now, I'm going "She's Alright," "Happy Instead," "Something in the Orange."
Which version of "Something in the Orange" do you prefer?
The new one. I'm sorry, I prefer the new one.
I'm still, maybe it's just because I'm an average Zach Bryan enjoyer, but I've listened to both versions, and if I'm being honest, I probably wasn't listening as intentionally as I should have been, but I couldn't tell you the difference between them. I don't.
Z&E has a heavy harmonica in it.
Okay. I guess I just wasn't. I just heard the lyrics and I was like, "This is the same song." I was like, "What is?" I was like, "What?"
Same thing.
I was like, "What is?"
Same song.
I was like, because it didn't sound that different. I was like, "What is?" I genuinely had no idea. Anyway, Jaded, let's hear your top 3.
Okay. Number 1, "Sun to Me."
Okay.
I feel very strongly about that, and it might just be as I'm in a relationship right now, but that song hits me right in the feels.
We're both. I get it. Me and Evan are both single. You don't have to take shots. Bro.
Look at I'm in a relationship. Blah blah. Yeah.
I'm better than you guys. My name's Jaded.
Guys, I'm in a relationship.
I am objectively better than you
I'm
guys,
kind of in a relationship right now. Anyway,
I was trying to think of a really weird song to say man, well, this one just hits me in my feels right now, but I couldn't think of one in time. But I was gonna say some weird story song, but never mind.
Oh man, if She Wants a Cowboy, that hits me right in the feels. It just really gets me.
She wants a cowboy. Cowboy the best.
Cowboy the best.
All right, next one.
So we got
number 2 is "Blue."
Okay.
Quite fond of that song.
That's a good one, actually. I have gone back to that one a few times.
And number 3, for sure, is "Cold Damn Vampires."
Okay. That one's up there for me, but it's not quite top 3.
It's everything I ever wanted. I love it. I'm so happy. I mean, I'm really happy both versions exist, but
this is a good version. This is a good
I ran through that what's it called? What was the first one called? It was on the Shore or something like that. But I ran through that, and now that I have this version, I can run through it again because I love the song so much.
Yeah, it is a really cool song, and the lyrics are very powerful. This is what I mean. I hear your guys' list, and I'm like, wait, but maybe my top 3 is wrong. It's too fresh, man. Because it's like, I don't know. There's so many.
I was kind of surprised that neither of you said anything about Billy Stay. Not that I just kind of got the impression that I think it's awesome. I'm not trying to.
I think it's a great song, but it's not one that I'm going to be coming back to.
Okay. I've seen a lot of people. Fair. I feel like that's one a lot of people are clinging to. I've seen a lot of people really getting behind Billy Stay.
It makes me want to freaking cry. Like I'm not even like it's from you. Like, have you looked at the lyrics, bro?
Yeah, and it's like I get what it's going for. It just hasn't hit me like it's clearly hit others.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't find it uncompelling at all. It's just It's just more,
I know you guys don't hate it.
Like for who I am, and like the life I live, it's just not.
It's just kind of not even. It's not even mid. It's just garbage. It's just.
It's just straight trash, and I don't like bad music. It's that simple.
It's that simple.
But, so do you? I don't know if I have a bottom 3.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe like.
I have a bottom.
If I had to like, if I'm put on the spot here, I'll do one in like.
Oh my gosh! I completely okay.
Here,
but it's a top 3. Never mind. It's impossible to pick 3 songs, man.
I'll say if you're asking me bottom 3. Oh gosh, Jaded. I don't want to. Jaded, I feel bad because I don't remember Blue at all, but I won't say it's bottom 3. I won't do that to you. I don't remember.
I know there's some songs that I just still haven't had time with that I fully.
That's
remember.
What I'm saying. Like, there's 34 songs in this album, and I feel like there's no strategy. There's not a good way.
Actually, I think I do know my least favorite.
I definitely like This Road I Know. I like how weird it is. I liked it.
I liked it as close.
Okay. I'm just gonna say Poems and Closing Time probably maybe down there. It's not horrible. It's just not. It doesn't really stick with me. Sober Side of Sorry to me sounds like it'd be really good if Kip Moore did it and not Zach Bryan. So that's gonna be bottom. It's not bad. And Darling. When I listen to Darling, every time that's the song that I listen to, and I think this sounds like every other Zach Bryan song I've ever heard, and it doesn't feel super unique to me.
Well, Darling's old.
I know it's old. I'm aware of that because I heard it before it came out. It's just like
I know, man.
I know, guys. I know.
It's like I don't know that one. Every time I hear Darling, it there's just it's something about its guitar that reminds me of another Zach Bryan song, and I can never place it. And I'm like, this.
It sounds like it's off Elizabeth. Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't have a problem.
It just bothers me. It's something about that. It's whatever. I don't hate it. I should say that. It makes me feel weird, and I don't like it. I don't like the.
It's in my top 20.
It's not. None of these songs are like genuinely bad though, so it's like
I guess I do have
not top 20, not top 20 for all songs, just top 20.
Today we'll be counting down the top 30 songs on this. I do have 2 songs. Like I said, there's none that I listened to and was like, this is a bad song. But there are, looking through the track list, I would say there are 2 that I'm not overly fond of for different reasons. The first, I'm with Jaron on Sober Side of Sorry. It just doesn't feel like something about it doesn't work for me. It feels like it doesn't feel very Zach Bryan. I like, now that you've said Kip Moore, I absolutely hear it. For me, I didn't necessarily place a name as like, this sounds like this person's kind of song, as much as it was like, this just doesn't feel very Zach Bryan. And not that he has to like,
yeah. Well, I think
because there's a lot of music on here that I found really like, I never would have thought to hear Zach Bryan in this kind of thing. But Sober Side of Sorry did not work for me. It felt a little dry, a little, I don't know, basic.
Can I really quickly? I want to interject real quick. I just got a DM from the guy that hacked you.
Yeah. I just
and
got
he
that
said,
too.
"What's your phone number so I can send the link to your SMS box?" He's trying to send me a link. He's trying to get me, bro.
He sent that to the group
he sent
chat
that to
too,
our
I think.
old Waves on the Shore group chat that we had.
Bro, and
he also sent that to another group chat. Do you remember? Shout out to Kason Hicks. Evan, do you remember the group chat that we had in? Because sometimes he would message us. I don't know if you remember.
Yep.
He messages that group chat with me and Kason, and every time I'm like, bro, just delete the account that you're using. We know that you aren't the real person. Every time I'm like, stop. Just like, and he just keeps messaging us. It's so weird. Anyway, I just thought that was funny because he literally just messaged us while we were recording.
At some point, he texted me and he was like, "Hey, you busy?" You know, he sent that text,
he sent that to us.
Everyone.
He sent that to a ton of people, I think.
Yeah, and I was like, "So you just going through all Evan's chats and just copying and pasting that?" And he was just like, "No, I don't believe it." I just said no.
Huh.
That's all he said. He just said no.
He said no.
Just one word. Just no.
He said, "Nah, no, dog. It's all good." All right, Jaded. What are your bottom three?
I didn't say the other one.
Oh, you didn't? My bad.
Sorry, I
Say
literally just got an email
Spit
from
it out.
someone saying like, "Hey, got these messages from you. Like, just want to make sure this is you." No, it's not me. No. Like, what? What? Hey, do you mind if I add you to start seeing my new clothing platform?
Yeah, he's...
What?
Yeah, that's the message
Why
we got.
would that be me?
That's the message
Why
we got
would I-
earlier today.
Yeah, like,
I'll tell you,
what?
I'll tell you what I said.
No, it's not me. I thought everyone knew like that account had been hacked, but now I'm getting comments like, "Hey, I think your Instagram was hacked." I was like, "Oh, really? Was it?"
Here, he said...
I didn't really...
He said, "Hey, do you mind I add you to start seeing my new clothing line Instagram platform? Because I'll be launching my own products of cloths on June 5th." And I said, "I'm only interested in you deleting your account." And then he also messaged the one, "Jaded, what did we say?" I think I said the same thing in the group chat that we're both in. Yeah. It's bizarre, bro. It's just some dude.
Just guys being dudes.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Bro,
All right,
it's
what's
so
your what's your
annoying.
last one, Evan? Let's get this. I want to watch New Girl
get
and go
this-
to bed.
Get this going. The Outskirts, man. It doesn't work.
Oh, really? Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Evan, you're kind
I-
of stupid for saying that, actually.
I'm not.
I almost
kinda-
gave that
you're
as an.
kinda-
I almost shouted
Fun-
that out as an honorable mention.
Fun
for one of
fact,
my
I'm actually
favorites.
You're
not.
kinda
I'm
dumb
not
in the brain.
I'm not dumb
Like,
in the brain
it's-
for saying that. The Outskirts is just like, like, ooh, I'm gonna take you to the Outskirts one day. Like, come on now.
Come on, it's the best version of what that song could be.
Yes, but I don't think it's
Yeah. Okay, Evan.
You just don't think it's a valid subject matter at all.
It's not that. I just don't think it makes for a very
Evan's
compelling
jealous.
song.
Evan's jealous. He
Yeah,
doesn't
he
have
wants
a-
to be the girl going
Yeah,
to those
yeah,
outskirts. He wants to be the girl.
Mhm.
All right. So, my worst song on the album, and I believe that Evan likes this song, and I think I saw it on his story, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100%
I'm
sure.
excited.
Don't you
now.
dare say the good I'll do.
Huh?
If you say the good
Oh,
I'll do.
that's it. That's the one. I
This
hate that song.
guy. Like when I said
it's-
like, "Oh shoot," and then was like, nah, like there's too many songs to pick from. That's because I realized, wait, the good I'll do exists. So frick you. But continue.
It's so bad, dude. It's
my God.
it is the most uncompelling delivery Zach Bryan has ever done, and it's just like what you just like. Oh, you can do a falsetto voice. Good job. You didn't
It's
do anything
so
else with your
pretty.
voice.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
Get
to.
the
I'm gonna have
harmony.
to agree with Jaded here. It's pretty trash.
It's,
I'm just.
he doesn't.
I'm kidding. I don't.
He doesn't put any emotion behind his voice. He just does the one falsetto moment.
I don't
and
even.
That's the only
If I'm
thing.
being honest, it's one of those songs that I don't really remember right now at all because there's 34.
Well, when
tracks
you
on
hear
this
it, you'll be
album.
like, "Oh my gosh, bro! Evan was so much more right than Jaded," and it'll be
Yeah.
this validating moment in your life. But
like even the instrumental just sounds like it was like just kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, even you sound
sure.
yeah. So keep going. Keep her moving, son.
Keep her going, lather.
All right, number 2 is "You Are My Sunshine." This song does not deserve to be that upbeat. This song is so sad. If you listen to the lyrics, why is it upbeat? I don't like it.
I didn't mind that one. I thought it was kind of cute.
I thought it was a good cover. I don't. Oh, that reminds me. Real quickly.
Sunshine,
sorry.
You gotta sing it at like 2 BPM, right? You can't do that.
I feel like whatever. I don't care. I don't care enough to debate about "You Are My Sunshine." But seeing this on the album made me upset because I wish this cover of "You Are My Sunshine" was a cover of "Take It Easy." That's what I wish this was. I really like the cover, but take it like freaking. I know I've seen the video on YouTube, so before you guys in the comments, I didn't mention last time I brought this up on the pod, like 3 different people in the comments were like, "It's on YouTube." Yeah, I'm aware of that. There's a reason why. Never mind. But I just wish that we would have gotten that instead of "You Are My Sunshine." But I still like it. Unlike Jaded.
I really need a version of Matt and Naughty that's released. I love Matt and Naughty. It's so good. I need it. I need it injected right into my veins. Absolutely. And then my third least favorite is not at all because it's bad at all. It's because it was the first song released from this album, and I ran through it. I have listened to the song maybe 40 times from Austin. I listened to that so much. I can't now.
So you've overplayed it and ruined it for yourself as well.
Yeah, it was. I can't. Yeah, because I loved it so much too.
That's the worst.
It was just like Zach Bryan, he's here.
I will listen to this endlessly now. So, those were our favorites and least favorites. So there was our discussion regarding everyone's favorite Zach Bryan. I think we are good to transition into the more structured segments, the continuous ones, the ones that keep you coming back. Unless anyone else had anything
coming
to say.
Back for more.
No, let's move on.
But I think we're good to move on to. I can't. It's strange. I don't know how to open this with 2 people, but fellas, what are you listening to?
I want Jada to go first.
All right, Jada, you're up.
First. I don't want to go first.
Okay, I guess I'll go first.
Already.
I'll go first.
I'll go second.
I think, and I'm kind of disappointed, but it seems like both Grady and Evan have talked about this album before we got a chance to record about this. But I've been listening to the William Beckman album, and is this the same thing that you brought, Evan?
It's okay. I have a backup.
Okay.
I have a backup. I was actually gonna message you like I dibs it, but I was like, no.
Because me and Evan are always on the same wavelength. Anyway, I've known about William Beckman for like probably more than a year at this point, but I didn't realize. Like I think when did the album come out? Do you know?
It was
recent.
29th. It was the 29th of April. It was the same day as Miranda, if I remember correctly.
I think I realized like 2 weeks after the fact. I was like, oh, he came out with an album. And so then I listened to it. This was before, I think I had seen Grady like post something about one of the songs. And that kind of like triggered I need to check to see if he has new music. And then I saw that he had that album. And so I went on to listen to it. And that was before I realized literally everybody and their mom was listening to it. And so I thought I was on this hip and trendy thing that nobody knew about, but that was kind of a lie. He's still a very small artist. But anyway, let me talk about the music. Freaking 30 Miles. I'm sorry, this is probably the best album that I've listened to all year. That's just kind of how I feel about it. I just love this. I just love the album. It's only 7 songs. It's only like the thing
very
is
short.
I don't need an album to be 12 tracks. I don't need it to be 8 tracks. I don't need to have a million songs. If they all freaking hit, then I'm good. Like it's hard for me to 30 Miles is amazing. I love the mariachi, I love the Danced All Night Long, just like the the very Spanish influenced mariachi with the trumpets, so good. Bourbon whiskey is amazing. Follow, so fun, catchy.
I love Follow.
It's not even, I can't say it's a better album. Well, I think did I say it's the best? I should say it's probably my favorite thing that's come out. Maybe it's not the best, because that's a little less. I don't want to be too objective, because then I'll brag. Then I'll hurt people's feelings, and then they'll cry about it. Just New Woman, I love it. In the Dark, I love it. I'm on Fire is an amazingly well done and respectful cover of I'm on Fire by Bruce Springsteen, and it's so well done. I just think this is a really, 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 really good album, and these 7 tracks are really. And I'm like, I was already kind of excited about what William Beckman was doing, but now I'm like, William Beckman could date my grandma, and I wouldn't care. I'd be like,
I'm still proud of that reference.
That was funny.
I'm still proud of that.
That was funny.
Idea.
But I can understand, like, I'm sure Jaded would be like, oh, the writing's kind of mid. Yeah, but I don't care. Like, that's right. But I don't care, because the vibes are there. The vibes are there.
All right, I take issue with this. There's no way I just went on this rant earlier and gave very specific detail for you to be like, oh yeah, he's gonna say it's mid.
I'm not saying you would. I'm certain, like, Follow, like, for the song Follow, you might be like, it's like not that great.
Yeah, it's a pretty simple song.
Because it's a simple song. But for, like, I love really good writing, but at the same time,
accomplished.
But at the same time, if a vibe is accomplished and the song and the lyrics are simple, I'm kind of okay. That's just how I am. I think Evan is kind of like that too. But anyway, you've heard a bunch of other people talk about it already. Go listen to
the William Beckman album.
It's called what is it? Something Memories. Faded Memories. Go listen to Faded Memories.
I guess I'll go second because I have. Mine is actually kind of still in line with Jaron's. I was gonna bring the William Beckman album, as I said, but I actually have. I didn't plan on bringing it back up, but there is another EP that I have been listening to so much. So it's Daniel Caesar's 2015 EP, Pilgrim's Paradise. It is 7 songs. The first one's like a 30-second intro. There's also a cappella, which is like a 1.5 minutes long. So like in terms of full songs, there's 5. And one is a Kanye West song reimagined as a slow piano ballad. And it's like
interesting.
So much better than the Kanye West version. I listened to the Kanye version. I was like, dang, Cheeks. Daniel Caesar, not Cheeks, right? Like
Cheeks,
bro. So
this,
man, I needed more of.
This is kind of buns. This not buns.
I needed more of Evan's cheeks in my life.
Hey yo, hey yo.
That's not even a pause. That's a restraining order.
That's
but
online
anywho,
harassment.
before Jade decided to commit a crime. Yeah, it's 7 songs, 24 minutes. It is like very not inventive, but it's so soulful. There's so much being put forth in all these songs, and it's like what Jaron said when it comes to like, I don't need an album to be long. Honestly, I've never been a big EP guy because I feel like the experience is always kind of like a little too constricted, like, because it's just a couple songs. But with the Daniel Caesar one, even though it's realistically only 5 full-length songs, it's like it's in 24 minutes. It's able to create a full experience. It's a lot of like wrestling with like I can never find the word I'm looking for, but when you're talking about like life and death and like moral value, those like not existential, maybe existential, those like big life ideas that no one knows the answer to. It's kind of just like what?
Like the word profound comes to mind.
Not necessarily profound. I'm not entirely sure, but like
transcendent.
Sure. It's just a lot of like.
Let's go with that one.
It's a very acoustic but powerful EP. It's normally either a piano or a guitar. Death and Taxes is throws a little more beef on the production. There's a little more to the guitars and whatnot.
Oh, we like beef, so.
We like beef.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Streetcar is probably my favorite, and that is the cover of Kanye West's Streetlights. It is so good. Little Rowboat is all about... Little Rowboat is such a peaceful way to send it off. It's just saying, like, yeah, I'm going to go to heaven on a little rowboat, and I'm going to be okay. And it feels like I'm being lifted into heaven when I listen to that song. It's like... yeah.
What is this guy's name again?
Daniel Caesar.
Daniel Caesar. Okay.
Yeah. So I was gonna bring the William Beckman, but you know what? Maybe it's a good thing Jaron took it because I've got the chance to talk about Pilgrim's Paradise by Daniel Caesar. I haven't been able to get enough of it. I love this EP so much.
Well, now that I can finally stop having to listen to the Zach Bryan album, I might be able to check this out. So.
And it's like less than a quarter of the length.
Yeah.
So you're good. All right, Jaded, bring it home.
All right.
Hit me,
pulling up the
baby,
lyrics of the song.
one more time.
No, Jaded will.
That's what I'm saying.
Always for you.
Me and Jaden were, what was it? When one of the guy who hacked your account, he said I think was it yesterday maybe? He said something and I said something to return, and Jaden was like, "Hey yo, are you trying to steal my man?" And I said, I don't even remember what I said, but it was funny. We started flirting while the dude who hacked your account was in the group chat.
Yeah, I already know.
It was pretty funny.
Oh man, I wish I was there. I guess I'll use while Jaded's pulling his stuff up. This is a great time to once again remind people, because apparently it isn't clear. But I threw a post up on YouTube, like a little YouTube community post, regarding Instagram at The Overshore. That is my account. That's my Instagram account. It's obvious. The only post is a Kanye meme. And I'm active on it. I'm posting stuff on the story, blah, blah, blah. Over_shore14_ is my old account. It was hacked. The account is now messaging people. Block it. Report it for spam. Unfollow it. Completely disregard it. Don't respond to any of the messages, because that is not me. I love you guys. I'm never going to ask you for your phone number.
Follow his clothing line.
Exactly. I don't
Unless
need your email. I don't want you to add my email to your Instagram page. I have not started a clothing line. Please don't check out my clothing line. Like, you know, like...
It's still in the works.
Y'all, that's not me, okay? Like, you guys know me. Come on.
Yeah, Evan's not cool enough to have a clothing line.
Not cool enough to have a clothing line. In time, though, maybe. Hint, hint. But, yeah. At The Overshore, me, good, thumbs up, trust, proper account. At over_shore14_ bad, scammer, ignore,
evil,
report, block,
Doo-doo.
Unfollow, bad,
yeah, poopy,
not good,
poopy pants,
indeed.
We're high class.
Right.
We're high class here at the Waves on the Shore podcast.
We have high
I
standards.
thought about like dressing up for this.
That
but
man is poopy
I decided not
pants.
to.
Do not listen to him. Your Honor, don't listen to him. He has poopy pants.
Your Honor, this witness is We're actually brain dead. Okay.
Literally gone.
Jaded, what are you listening to, man?
All right, so I have a song, not an album. I have "Claim Your Prize" by John Moreland. And John Moreland, in my opinion, is like, he's on like Jason Isbell tier of writing.
Okay.
Like, he's way less well known. Like, how many monthly listeners does he have? Oh, he's got 300,000. I thought he had less. But it's really the second verse that hits me most. And by the way, he's never, to my knowledge, he's never done this before. But this sounds like your typical like slow kind of pop country track. Like it has a very synthetic beat and like sort of a snap track. Sorry, Grady. You probably hate this one just for that reason, but it's the second verse is really great. I guess it's a comfort living your delusion. It makes me sad to see the kind of drugs you're using. The fear and anger, waves and waves of grief. I don't know how you missed it. Your hero was a thief. Like, the whole song is really great, but that one just hits me right in my feels, you know, just because, like, loved ones and stuff like that. It's just, it's very good. And, like, you like, as soon as you, like, put on the song, because he's never done something like this, most of it's very acoustic, it just sounds
what was
like
the
it's
name
not
again?
going to be
John
good.
Moreland. I think I found it.
John Moreland, Claim Your Prize.
Oh,
Is it a
yeah,
single?
I've
Is it
listened.
from an album?
I know John Moreland. I thought you said John Moreland. And
No.
so I was under the impression that this was not the same person. Yeah, I've listened to a little bit of John Moreland before. I think I've listened to his LP5 album. And I knew that you liked him, so...
High on Tulsa Heat is just...
I've heard that it's
one of
pretty
the
good.
best.
Yeah. I probably should go listen to it.
It's probably in my top 5, for sure.
Okay.
Alrighty, well, that is what we're listening to. Let us know in the comments what you're listening to. We might check them out. As always, let us know what you think of these albums, these EPs, these singles, if you get to checking them out. And I think we're able to move into the final segment of today's video, and that is Who the Frick. But this time it's different because me and Jaded will be going up against each other. Some ground rules, Monsieur Jaded. There is no
Monsieur.
Google.
Oh, let me get my timer out.
There is no Google. I'm completely stitched up because
You have to gotta use your brain knowledge.
Your brain. I'm completely stitched up because if I switch tabs, everything gets screwed up on the recording. So I actually can't. But for yourself, strictly from the noggin, Jaron, as per usual, will give us a hint. We will have a guess at the artist. Then if neither of us get it, we will get another hint, and we will get up to 3 hints and 3 guesses to guess the artist, and we will see who gets most.
Do we kind of both have to agree that we need a hint first?
We will need a hint first.
Yeah, to start, you were going to get a hint. Unless you just want to go, like, balls out. Just be like...
Well, I mean, like...
just, like, use a guess up before I give you anything to work with.
Let's take a blind guess.
So
I would be upset if you
I like
got
this
the first
idea.
one.
I like this idea. Let's do a blind guess.
Okay, then both of you just throw one out.
All right. Carly Pierce.
Dustin Lynch.
Nope, both of those were wrong. So.
Imagine, though. That would have been the greatest thing.
Oh,
all right, we're ready.
Okay.
Play along at home. You try and guess
what I'm saying is that we need a second hint.
I understand.
We both have to agree that we need it.
Yeah. Well, you'll both...
We'll both either need it or not. Cause
you have to, because you have... Yeah. I'm going to give it to you. If you don't...
Well, like, if you're kind of on the track, then you might be like, no, I need a second. I think I have
Well,
this.
no, I'm timing you. So no matter what, you gotta guess.
We're timed.
This isn't... I'm putting the hammer down.
This isn't a game.
Yeah, all right. So...
How long do we have, Akira? Just so we're aware.
A minute.
A minute? Oh, okay.
Remember, you'll have a minute after I read you each clue.
So we got uno minuto.
Yeah, so...
Let's run it.
All right. First clue for mystery artist number 1 is this artist served and was discharged from the military. And if you have a guess, just throw it out there.
Zach Bryan was Navy. I'm assuming there's a difference. Well, there is a difference, but I'm assuming terminology. But I feel like at the same time, maybe I'm stupid with terminology, and this is the Zach Bryan episode. So just to get out of the way, for my guess, I'm going to say Zach Bryan.
That's correct. I was hoping.
You didn't even let Jada guess.
Okay. You've psyched yourself out before, and so I was hoping that you would psych yourself out and not get it.
The thing is, if you would have psyched yourself out and just not said, I was just gonna say.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was pretty sure.
So you had Jaded. That was gonna be your guess.
I was pretty sure that
Okay.
Jaded was going to get it immediately, and this is why I had the Zach Bryan thing go first, because everybody knows pretty much everything there is to know about him at this point. There's not everybody
that was
knows
easy.
Yeah,
Light
well,
work.
it's because it was the first one. And I also didn't put a lot of effort into this. I did all of this today, and I'm tired, and I've been around small children, and
no one likes kids.
Yeah. The other two hints were actually, I probably should have saved that clue.
What were they? What, out of curiosity?
The second hint, I probably should have done this one first. The artist was born in Japan. Would you have gotten? You probably wouldn't have gotten that.
I didn't even know that.
Hit him with a bzz.
All right, so first clue is this group has released 5 studio albums together. The timer has started.
Crucified.
Is incorrect.
Oh, really?
Jaded, was that a Jaded? I didn't need a buzz. Just literally guess. Like just guess.
I think
Little Big Town.
The Little Big Town is incorrect.
Okay, Buzz.
I
could be wrong here, but does Turnpike only have 5?
I can't answer that question. You're asking a leading question. I'll have to just.
Okay, well, Turnpike is my guess.
Okay.
Like, what is Turnpike?
That is incorrect.
Dang. How many? Now I'm curious. Because I know they don't have like that many.
Oh.
All right. Second clue. This group's biggest hit became the best-selling digital country song with 24 weeks at number 1 until it was surpassed in July 2017 by Sam Hunt's Body Like a Back Road.
Wait, sorry. So they're...
Okay, I'll read it again and then I'll start the timer.
Yeah.
This group's biggest hit became the best-selling digital country song with 24 weeks at number 1 until it was surpassed in July 2017 by Sam Hunt's Body Like a Back Road.
Is it Lady A?
That is incorrect.
Wow.
You got 40 seconds.
24 weeks. I feel like I should just know what that song is. Half a year at number 1. Why do I not have
I don't know if
anything?
it was consecutive or not, and the thing, it might not have been consecutive. I don't
But
know.
regardless, that's a lot of time.
That is a lot. That is a lot. You have 15 seconds.
Wow, I'm completely and utterly blanking.
5 seconds.
I don't know.
Just say a group.
Bro, Florida Georgia Line.
That is
They're
correct.
not even a group. Oh, what? Wait.
They're a group. A duo is a group.
I was gonna say them, dog. I thought I was like, but no, duo's not a group. He was said duo.
I'm so good at this game,
I wanted to avoid saying.
Dog.
I wanted to avoid saying duo because.
Well, if it was duo, it could have been Brothers Osborne.
Yeah,
it could have been
that's what
High
it would have
Valley,
been.
it could have
Super. It would have been super. Like your options would have been lowered. By being more general with group, it was a lot harder. Okay, so I'm trying to. Evan was just Florida Georgia Line. He got
I've
it.
scammed a win
Angry.
there, and I love it. I love every piece of it.
All right.
I'm so angry.
Jaron, I hear punch you. 2-1 Evan.
I'm
Going
sorry.
into the last one, can Jaron or
Okay.
can Jaded tie it, or is Evan just as good as we thought he was?
All right. Artist number 3. This artist was born and raised in Del Rio, Texas. Timer starts now.
Del Rio. I mean, I'm thinking of Texas artists because Del Rio doesn't do a whole lot for me. Buzz. I gotta guess. Oh my gosh!
Just
I
guess, don't
completely-
buzz,
No,
just
I can't
guess.
hear. I've just completely yanked my headphones out of my.
Bruh.
There we are. If one of you fellas could talk, so I know I'm back.
I'm talking so
Alright,
that
cool.
you know that I'm back. You're back.
I'm gonna just throw a Texas guess out there because he's got an album coming up. So maybe I'm gonna say Aaron Watson.
That is incorrect, Jaded. Do you have a guess? You have 10 seconds left.
I'm gonna show my ignorance, like to where people are born. Parker McCollum.
That is incorrect. That was my timer. Okay.
Parker is Texas though.
I'm
so
trying to
it's
wrap
not
this
back.
up
Okay.
because I don't want to keep the person who I'm staying with.
I'm
up till,
quite concerned that I'm gonna say something stupid here.
Oh, I always am. I'm always terrified.
Okay.
I'm like, what if I?
This remember, this is the last artist, so it should be a little bit harder. This artist had an early immersion in mariachi and norteño music that left an indelible mark, which helped shape his distinctive style.
I think I have a good guess here. Buzz.
What's his name?
Yeah?
I'm gonna. I don't know if he's from Texas, but I'm just thinking when you emphasize the influence of that, I'm gonna say Orville Peck.
That is incorrect.
That's what I was gonna say,
Trash.
but it was not.
Jaded, you now know that is incorrect, so you better clutch up. I honestly thought that Evan was about to get it, and then he didn't, and kind of threw me off right there.
I thought I had it.
I don't know many Texas artists.
I'm pretty sure Orville Peck is Canadian. I could be wrong.
Is he?
See, I have no clue where Orville Peck's from.
It
I
just
think
gives
he's
me
I think
Texas
he's a
vibes.
gay Canadian, but I could.
He
totally be wrong.
does give me like southern like western vibes. So I was like maybe, and his sound is very like.
Hey, you're talking over.
ambitious
It's
and
Jaded. Jaded has to think right now.
Alright,
He's
well,
got 20 seconds left.
Fill the space, Jaded. Come on.
15 seconds.
Cody Johnson.
No.
Jaded
Man, was just
nothing
like-
gets to me like the mariachi of Monday Morning Mo.
Yeah,
That horns.
Okay, all right.
I don't know
The
anyone.
mariachi should. I feel like that should be a. Big
I'm
hit.
lost.
All right,
dog.
it is a big
but
hint.
I'm
That's
so
why I thought you were
lost.
going to get it. All right, final clue. This 26-year-old artist has toured with Wade Bowen and Randy Rogers.
You know what's funny? I don't even know who Wade Bowen is.
Wade Bowen has some pretty good songs.
Is it Wade Bowen?
No, it is not Wade Bowen. He was significantly older than 26 years old. Bro, if Evan doesn't get this, he's gonna kick himself, bro. He's gonna kick himself.
Texas Mariachi 26 toured with Wade Bowen, Randy Rogers. This is the last hint too, isn't it?
It is the last hint.
Oh,
you have 25 seconds
man.
left.
And it's gonna be a smaller artist.
Jada, you already used your guess, didn't you?
Yeah.
That was a joke. You can guess again. I'll let you guess again. You have 15 seconds left.
From Texas.
10 seconds.
Where's that mariachi influence? That's where I'm hung up.
5
on.
seines.
That should be
It's the
ringing a
Mariachi
bell.
Man.
All right, time is up. I need guesses.
Mariachi Man.
That's
Final guess.
no. That is incorrect.
Bro. who else is from
Evan, I need you to guess.
We're getting
I'm
into
gonna
the
have to
negative numbers,
Evan, Evan.
Bro, I can't think.
All right.
dog. You can't give it to him if he
3,
guesses.
Look,
2,
hold on.
1.
You know
no,
what?
Time's up.
Dustin Lynch.
Nope.
Dustin Lynch should from now on be the when you
He's your-
don't have an
he's-
answer.
he's your
it's Dustin
go-to.
Lynch.
All right, are you ready for me to reveal?
Mariachi.
It is William Beckman. Evan. Look at his face. Look at his face. He knows.
You poor soul.
He's upset. He's livid.
I don't know who that is. So
We just
I don't
talked
feel
about
bad at
it.
all.
Should have been fresh in my mind.
We just talked about him. Me and Evan were both going to bring him for What Are We Listening To?
Yeah, I am gonna go kick myself.
Yeah, for What Are We Listening To, I literally was like, you know what? I'm just going to bring 2 artists that I know we're going to talk about on the podcast today. And I don't even know. Yeah,
I respect
that's pretty
it.
funny.
Well, I am disappointed in my performance with that last one, but I got the other 2 right, so like, who's really complaining? However,
I think Jaron won this segment.
I think I won for my Florida Georgia Line guess, but
No, that was cheating. You cheated.
that was incredible. That was incredible by me. Anyways, this has been episode 24 of Waves on the Shore.
Donda, donda,